In the quiet hills of Scotland lived a wealthy shepherd named Zeus. His land stretched far, his sheep were many, and his name was respected across the region. Yet beyond his wealth, what truly defined him was his love for God and his gentle heart. Zeus fell deeply in love with a woman named Isla. She was kind, faithful, and carried a peace that drew him closer to her. Their love grew quickly, strong, and undeniable. But there was one truth: they both knew something serious. They both had the AS genotype. They understood the risks, the possibility of having children with sickle cell disease. Friends advised caution. Some even suggested they reconsider. But love spoke louder than fear. They believed their love would overcome anything. They trusted that God would make a way for them. So they chose each other, not just in love, but in hope. And soon after, they got married, stepping into a future they believed would be filled with joy. Zeus had always been a man of faith. From a young age, he served God with sincerity. People often said he was blessed because everything he touched seemed to prosper. When he prayed, answers came quickly. His life felt like proof that God was always near. A year into their marriage, Isla gave birth to their first child, a baby boy. The joy in their home was overwhelming until the test results came back. Their son had sickle cell disease. Zeus was shaken, his heart sank, but he refused to give up. He turned to God in prayer, crying out day and night, "Lord, please, let this be the last. Have mercy on us." He believed strongly that God would not allow it to happen again. His faith was still alive, though now touched with fear. He held on to hope, trusting that God would change their story moving forward. 2 years later, Isla gave birth again, this time a beautiful baby girl. Zeus tried to stay hopeful, holding onto the prayers he once made. But when the results came back, the news was the same. She also had sickle cell disease. Something broke inside Zeus. This time, he didn't pray like before. Instead, questions filled his heart. Confusion turned into frustration, and frustration slowly became anger. "Why would you allow this?" he whispered in the dark. Their home changed. Machines became part of daily life, helping their children survive. Nights were filled with pain, hospital visits, and silent tears. Isla remained strong. She encouraged Zeus, reminding him that God was still good, even in pain. But Zeus couldn't see it anymore. Each night, he cried not in faith, but in anger, blaming God for the life he never expected. As time passed, Zeus began drifting away from God. Slowly at first, then completely. The man who once prayed daily now avoided even the thought of it. Isla stood firm. She prayed not only for their children, but for her husband. "God is still God," she would say gently, "even when we don't understand." But Zeus had changed. He began telling his friends that God had abandoned him, that all his prayers had been ignored. His faith turned into complaints, his devotion into bitterness. Then came another moment. Isla gave birth again, a third child, a baby boy. And again, sickle cell. Zeus couldn't take it anymore. The weight, the anger, the disappointment, it consumed him. Not long after, at just 45 years old, Zeus suffered a heart attack and passed away. A man who once walked closely with God left this world feeling abandoned. 3 years after Zeus's death, Isla slowly began to rebuild her life. With time, she met a man named Leonard, kind, understanding, and patient. Eventually, they got married. Not long after, Isla gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Both children were healthy. No sickness, no machines, just life. That moment stirred something deep within her. She thought of Zeus, of their choices, of the love that led them forward despite what they knew. And she understood something painful, yet true. Sometimes we make choices knowing the risks, and later blame God for the outcome. God had never left them. He was always present, even in their pain. This story is a reminder. God is good, but our decisions matter. Choose wisely, trust deeply, and never turn away from God, even when life hurts. Subscribe for more stories that speak to your heart.